Are you a Harley Davidson cheerleader? A fanboy? Let's get into it.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. So yes, out on the heroic Harley again, and just looking at a few different filming locations, as it were. Anyway, so I thought I'd kind of respond to not individual comments that I get on some of my videos, but the kind of notion or the feeling behind some of the comments as well. And most of the negative comments that I get about me, let's say, all the videos that I make, are from Harley Davidson cheerleaders or Harley Davidson fanboys. You know, they're kind of fanatical about the brand and they won't have anything bad said against it. And I absolutely fully understand that. I understand that if somebody is slating your favored brand, then you might feel a little bit defensive about it. Now, from my part, I've always said this right from the word go. I am a motorcycle fan. I am a motorcycle riding fan, a biker of all bikes, as it were. So I don't necessarily favor one brand over another or one motorcycle over another. You know, I certainly just have my own preferences. I love riding all bikes, and it doesn't matter what it is. I'll always find some joy in riding a bike. So from that point of view, I don't have any favoritism, but I am a fan of this Harley Davidson. I am a fan of motorcycle manufacturers who have an identity and who do produce bikes that are really interesting. So from that point of view, I'm definitely a fan of Harley Davidson. But that doesn't mean that I cannot criticize what they do sometimes, or for that matter, criticize what any other brand is doing. Now, also, that doesn't mean that any motorcycle brand, let's say like Harley Davidson in this case, but it could be Ducati, it could be Honda, it could be Suzuki, whatever it is, Triumph, you know, they are not without fault and they don't have issues that need resolving or need addressing. This is what YouTube is about for me. This is about individuals giving their opinion, highlighting issues, finding fixes for things, showing you how they do things. It's not about advertising products. It's not about, you know, high production value and turning it into YouTube TV, let's say, or YouTube cinema. It's not about that. It was all about individuals giving their opinions or making other people aware of a certain situation that's going on that mainstream media is not telling you, or certainly motorcycle companies or motorcycle press is not telling you. This is what YouTube is about for me, and this is where I kind of get a bit confused by people watching videos like mine or any others and then starting to get really defensive about somebody just having an opinion or somebody just giving you facts about issues that a motorcycle brand is having or particular motorcycles are having. Now, of course, everybody has a right to their opinion and everybody has a right to criticize as well. So I'm not sort of against that at all. You know, anybody can say anything on my videos, and that's why I never delete any of the comments. I do wonder sometimes if people are actually watching the videos or just responding to titles or even watch the full length of the videos. I do wonder if people are just missing the point of the video or the twist in the video when I'm talking about something. You know, let's not forget that, you know, people making videos or bringing you information, you know, they're looking at ideas, they're looking at concepts, they're looking at what they've read or what they've overheard as well. You know, it's the what if consideration. It's you know, what if, you know, this happens to this company, or what happens if this bike comes out? You know, it's that kind of thing. It doesn't necessarily mean that all these things are definitely going to happen. They are discussion points. It's just like you going to a bar and you're speaking to your friends about a particular issue and you're just spitballing ideas. This is what YouTube is about. This is what it's supposed to be about, for me anyway. So I get that people can get defensive about, you know, Harley Davidson in particular. It kind of evokes a lot of emotion, and people, you know, whether you're a hog member, you know, and I can spot the people who are hog members, definitely. And yeah, there are problems within hog. You know, there's no doubt that people have bad experiences wherever they go, and that doesn't necessarily mean that the institution or the brand or the company is bad. It's just that people have bad experiences, or conversely, they have fantastic experiences. So for somebody just to be a complete cheerleader or a fan of a brand, of a company, of you know, of a motorcycle, without accepting or acknowledging some of its weaknesses or some of its failures, where you're not really seeing the whole picture, there's a blind loyalty, there's a blind faith there. And you know, I've always said that, you know, that kind of following doesn't do anybody any good. You know, you kind of need to look at the whole picture, and for me, that's what I try and do. I always try and look at a balanced view of anything and try and, you know, give you my opinions of what I see with a brand, or what I see with a particular bike, or with somebody coming up with an idea, and if I think it's a good idea or a bad idea. I think it's very easy to get caught up with brand loyalty, but I ask you this, and I ask you this quite sincerely: do you think that the brand is loyal to you? How have you been treated? You know, hand on heart, you know, is it always, you know, that they will always treat you as the number one, that, you know, there's never been a problem, everything like that? Or do you forgive anything that they do? You know, are your links to a dealership or to the company so strong that you cannot accept, or you will not accept, anything that they do wrong? Now, I'm sure there are people out there who are like that, and for me, that isn't a problem. You know, whatever you want to be, whatever you want to do. But for me, it isn't like that. And I know for many, many people out there, it isn't like that as well. Even if you own Harley Davidsons, you might have owned 30 or 40, you are the biggest fan out there. My videos, I know, and I've said this in previous videos, my videos, I know, have generated, you know, hundreds of sales of motorcycles. I know that because people send me emails saying that I've bought a bike based upon watching your videos as well. Now, I don't want anything for it. I don't shout from the rooftop, say, look, hey, guess what I've done? But I'm a fan of this brand, and I'm a fan of this motorcycle, series of motorcycles. And I've always said the Softail chassis and the M8 engine is probably the best thing that Harley Davidson did for me. Many people disagree with me, but for me, they are. But I still find issues with it that need to be addressed, that need to be talked about, that need to be resolved. And that's the whole point of this YouTube thing, and that's the whole point of bringing information to you. Now, of course, whether you want to accept that or not, that's entirely up to you. Now, I appreciate that some people really want to be the cheerleader and want to be the, you know, the ultimate fanatic for Harley Davidson in this case. But, you know, I'm just a fan of something that works, something that has a bit of character, something that I enjoy riding. And yes, I'm a fan of that bike. In fact, I'm a fan of all the Softails. I'm a fan of the Tourers. I'm a fan of some of the Sportsters. You know, I'm a fan of all motorcycles, really. But I still try and retain a rounded view of everything that I'm dealing with, or any motorcycle, that's for sure. Anyway, I'll let you decide whether you're a cheerleader, a fanboy, or a fanatic, or just somebody who's indifferent about the whole thing. But let us know your thoughts in the comments below, I suppose. But don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, like and share. Check out the website, RevelatorAlf.com. Ta-da!